Hello, family. What's good? How is everybody today? IOBA, my name is TC. Happy Black History Month. You see, I got on this dashiki here, right? Dashiki that I'm wearing. I like the style. I like the artistry of these things, but they don't mean a lot as far as African history goes and things of that nature. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think I have yet to see an actual person from Africa, any country in Africa, wears a daishiki. But I digress. I think they look cool and I like them, so I'm wearing mine. And plus, it messes with the white people's heads. But Black History Month, man, in 2023 is seeing us as Black Americans anyway. Uh, they're trying to erase our history in the middle of Black History Month. How they trying to erase our history from the history books in Black History Month? What's really happening is Republicans are trying to, jockey themselves into position for a run at the White House, and they want to do it by condemning black people and all that we think of. I guess it's open season on black folks again. I mean, because they know that white people know that, and Republicans know that white people alone can't get them in the White House, so they marshaling up uh, what they call buffer groups, between them and us, and they're going to use us, black people, as the scapegoats this time. Last time around, it was, Donald Trump and the Mexicans coming up from the South, calling them rapists and murderers and shit. But now they, trying to use those ones that are here as honorary white people and a buffer group against black people born in the U.S., multi-generational black Americans. That's what seems to be happening. Because you got Ron DeSantis down here in Florida fucking with, teachers and professors in schools about teaching, black history. And then you got motherfuckers in Alabama. I saw a piece the other day where a school in Alabama tried to tell the kids they can't celebrate any black history before 1970. They can't. Everything that they celebrate has to be from 1970 forward. So that would eliminate the civil rights movement. It would eliminate slavery. It would eliminate all of our heroes and all of our ancestors that were born and died before 1970. That's what they're trying to do in Alabama. The good thing is the kids in that school did a mass walkout. The kids in that school did a mass walkout. And I don't know how it turned out. I got to do a little bit more research on that. But like I said, I just saw a piece the other day. But stuff like that needs to keep happening. Us black Americans need to stop participating in a society that doesn't want us. Black Americans, we don't need to be participating, and because it's like co-signing your own destruction. It's like they're trying to eliminate us, as citizens of this country, as viable citizens of this country. I saw a video of a guy named Dinesh D'Souza. I heard that name before. I kind of know who he is. And he was talking some shit about how slavery, this country wasn't built off of slavery, and that when you put it like that, it kind of blows our argument for reparations out the water, and blah, blah, blah. And he's a dark Hispanic. But I seen him making that argument. I'm like, where in the hell did this guy come from? So it seems to be a effort from a whole bunch of different angles to keep us at the bottom of society, at the very bottom of society. By us, I mean black Americans. I'm not talking about black Caribbeans, Caribbean Americans, second generationals. I'm talking about ADOS, descendants of slavery, foundational, multi-generational black Americans. We need to stay at the bottom. and the police in this country, they've been given shoot first, ask questions later policy when it comes to black Americans. Shoot first, ask questions later when it comes to black Americans. All they're going to get is administrative leave or paid vacation, and then they'll be right back out there doing it again, laughing and joking about it up at the bar. Now, we need to stop participating in this society that doesn't want us as a part of it. This society doesn't want us to be a part of it. This society is trying to systematically eliminate us. They seem to be doing it by degrees. And, I've suggested things that we could possibly try to do about it, but when you got this much opposition against you, it can seem pretty hopeless. It can seem pretty hopeless. We gotta unite like we never have before. But my thing is also when black people from other parts of the world come over here and start teaming up with others against us, what they don't seem to realize is when them white folks finish with us, they're going to start working on them. That's number one. And number two, to the average white person, the black immigrant ain't nothing but a nigga with an accent. I saw a piece the other day where I think it was Professor Black Truth. It might have been Professor Black Truth. Anyway, it might have been, because he does a Friday crime report, but it might have been him, but don't quote me. But anyway, the story went something like this. If I'm not mistaken, it was two white boys and an Asian boy out in Colorado. One of them had their cell phone was stolen. They seem to think that a person in this house stole their cell phone. So being the impulsive teenagers that they are, they burned down the house of the person who they think stole their cell phone. Turns out it was the wrong fucking house, and they wiped out a whole black family. Now, the family happened to be Africans from Senegal. I think it was mom, dad, and 3-4 kids. Mom, dad, and 3 or 4 children. 2 white boys and an Asian kid. I didn't see that shit nowhere on the nightly news. Them white boys did not care that family was African. All they thought they was doing was killing the niggas who stole from them. They did not care that family was African. They just saw them as some niggas who stole from them, and they was going to burn their house down and get their shit back. Or whatever the hell they was thinking. That's the mindset of white people. So when immigrants come over, black immigrants come over, whether legal or illegal, come over and think that them white folks think any better of them than they do of me, this just is proof that they're wrong. You just another nigga. You just a nigga with an accent. The best thing for you to do is line up behind us so that we all can fight this fight together. As far as reparations for black Americans go, you goddamn right we're supposed to get cash payouts like everybody else. America is going to fight like hell to keep from doing that, and they're going to enlist all kind of people to help argue against it. But they know, and everybody else knows, that they owe us. But here's the rub. If the United States pays reparations to its black citizens that are descended from slavery, then that type of shit gonna have to go on all over the world. If the United States pays reparations to the people in this country that descended from slavery, then that type of shit gonna have to go on all over the world. France gonna have to pay out reparations. Great Britain's gonna have to pay out reparations. Spain gonna have to pay out reparations. It'll change the whole Portugal gonna have to pay out reparations. It's gonna change the whole global dynamic if that happens. Or optimistically speaking, when that happens. When the reparations start getting paid out to the black people, it will change the whole dynamic of the world and the whole paradigm. It'll be a fucking paradigm shift. And the white folks in the world, in this country and around the world, are going to fight like hell from having to do that. Just saying. So what you're seeing now is a effort to beat down that argument and fight that argument from all different directions. You know what I mean? Pay off a handful of Negroes from home and abroad to argue against reparations for the black diaspora and black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Look. Let me take one. Candace Owens, look at here. We can make you a multi-millionaire, you and your family. But you got to get on TV and you got to say that reparations for black people is a bad idea. Or cash payouts is a bad idea. And I just picked Candace Owens because really that bitch been on Team White Supremacy for a long time now. Her nigga wake-up call is long overdue. But I'm just picking her because there's a lot of them out there that do that. It's like there's a fucking farm club of coons out there that they pay off to do that. And it don't take much. All you got to do, throw a motherfucker a couple of $1 million, couple $100,000 a year to get out there and make speeches. But they looking at the big picture. They looking at the larger picture when they do that. If they have to pay black Americans reparations for slavery and Jim Crow, that's going to open up a goddamn can of worms. It's going to set a very dangerous worldwide precedent that they don't want to see happen. So they got to get everybody on Team White Supremacy to beat that idea down, beat these niggas down, and keep them in their place. And it would be up to us, first black Americans, and then black Americans, black people from the world over. We got to fight against that. But what we can't afford to do is have coons and sellouts trying to feather their own nest and looking out for their own self to the detriment of our wider diaspora and our wider society. We can't. So I'm going to close with this. Whenever you see or hear some black person, European black person, Caribbean, African, or African American black person talking that shit, you got to check them. Because this is no time to be off code. No time to be off code. All right? So take that one with you. And I'm going to close right there. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. Give me a little thumbs up so I can make my little opinionated commentary channel grow. All right? Because believe it or not, us OGs, we got a lot to share. And we dying, and all the knowledge gonna die with us. And if all that knowledge goes, so goes the nation. TC, and I'm out. Peace.